So this is Football Fan City, and we are here to give you the review of the matches that was played during the weekend. And I'm here with.
Close, give your life here.
So we'll just be brushing on the games that played during the week. Like there are some of unforeseen results, like we were not expecting it, and according to history, since 2015 or so, this was the first time that both Chelsea, Man City, and Liverpool lost on the same weekend. You understand? So we are going to be starting from the Chelsea game. Deon.
Um, as the only man that won this weekend. If you remember, like my weekend preview, yeah, I predicted that match 2-1. There was a reason, and you said something. You were talking about Chelsea did not go away for their Champions League game, and I basically told you that it's not about going away. It's about because Sunderland they had a lot of time to rest and they prepared for that match. If you watch that match, they studied Chelsea. If you really watch that match, you know they studied Chelsea, and I predicted 2-1 because I know that
Do you feel they studied Chelsea or the luck was not on Chelsea's side? Because
it's not.
when I checked and you watched the match too, the
Wait,
goalkeeper had 9 saves. You
yes.
understand? The goalkeeper had 9 saves and they didn't have that much of attempts. Like they had only 2 shots on target.
See, the Sunderland that I watched, I also watched the game again between Sunderland and Manchester United. Why Manchester United scared through from that match was because Sunderland they equal their chances. They have been losing a lot of chances. Even that game, I watched that match too. There was a chance Granit Xhaka had, like he has beaten the defender. It was just left for him to like shoot, and he couldn't find a space for him to like score a goal. So I feel in that match, Sunderland they were very like they prepared for that match. The goalkeeper was outstanding. He was the man of the match for that game. He was very outstanding, and I played that match 1 because I knew Sunderland are going to stretch Chelsea. If you really watch that match, you know Sunderland did stretch you guys. So for me, it was just I knew football would play this weekend, and he really did.
Pedros.
All right. Before I go into this argument, first I want to say, looking at Man U beating Sunderland, and Man U beat Chelsea this season, and we're seeing Man U beating Brighton.
Yeah, but
So are we saying Man U are coming back to their form, or do you think okay, this is just luck playing for them? Because this same Sunderland they beat is who took down Chelsea. They've beaten Chelsea already. Man U are beating Chelsea and beating Liverpool this season. Beating Brighton, the same Brighton that took down Chelsea. So do you think the tail is really coming? Because if I should talk about the Sunderland game, Sunderland has not been an easy side to take on.
Yeah.
Because when you look at their performance, in fact, among all the teams promoted this into the Premier League, I think they are the team to watch out for.
Yeah.
Because the signings they brought in and everything, at least former Arsenal skipper is there. So you
Yeah.
can't write them off at all.
Yeah,
And this is a team that I think they have about 5 Premier League to their name. So
yeah,
I think they are not a small club. So Stadium of Lights never a small club. So
Talking about the Chelsea game as a Chelsea fan, I just felt that the tactics didn't really work out for Enzo Maresca. Based on the guys really play a good game. Normally, the Sunderland goalkeeper did his job as a goalkeeper. Just that I just feel that him taking off Ashibog and that game was not really necessary because one, the boy was not tired. Yeah, I know that maybe you just wanted to like rest the boy so that the boy will be having more impact in games, you understand? But I don't really see the reason why he took off Archibald that game because I felt that was where he lost it. Because there was a situation whereby Isodo, the Sunderland striker, had one clear chance to like beat Archibald, but Archibald still had to slide that ball with his last leg, which if it was Tosi that was in that same situation, that guy would have beaten Tosi. And Tosi had really cost us like games this season. Aside the one game that we won, once one game, but in that same one game, that is when his lapse started showing. And against Brentford, same thing. The 2 goals they scored us was all from his sluggishness. So I just feel that the luck didn't really play out for Chelsea because yeah, they were slow in their build up and the pressing was not really there, but they still played a good game. But the luck didn't really work out for them.
I won't. I won't. I really for luck. I won't. It's funny you were saying this. For me, I was really confident enough that Sunderland were going to beat you guys because one thing that really, all these kind of games, what worked out for Man U, I feel was that experience. Chelsea squad that experience and that defense to back it up. I think that's the difference between Manchester United and Chelsea now.
Going into the next game that played during the weekend, Manchester United is surprising. Like Bedcross said, he said something. I'll be starting from that one. He said something that is Man really coming back in their shape. Definitely, I would say yes because like see that Mbuemo and Ahmad combination
Yeah.
seems that has been the best combination so far in Premier
Very,
League this
very
season. Like
Right.
those two guys, whenever they are playing together, they are causing issues to any defense that they are playing against. As in, connection is really really mad. And I think when Amorim really found that connection was against Chelsea when he started playing the both of them, and Buemo has really been on his best. And I feel that this season so far, sef is one of the best signings this season. And he has really been repaying the fate of Amorim. But I feel that now that Man U have been in their shape, I feel that by December now, that this same players should be going for AFCON, they are really going to find it difficult.
Yeah, yeah.
They are really going to, even this same Sunderland now, because when I checked, Sunderland had like 6 African starting 11 in their team, and these same 6 players, their teams, their countries qualified for AFCON.
Yeah.
And that same December, like I've seen the reason why clubs like Napoli and the rest don't really like their players going for AFCON because this are some lapses. You understand? Just imagine having Ahmad and Buemo leaving for AFCON. As in, who will be playing that role now for Manchester United? So I just feel that yeah, they are really finding their shape because their backline now has been really solid. That Delight, Delete, the guy has been really, really good this season. I've observed one thing about him this season. Like, if he's in a position to like defend against a player, if the player beats him at the first 1v1, till that game end, that player won't beat him again. That I've watched him on 3 different occasions. So good one for Manchester United. At least they are bouncing back. So good one for them. And now they are after a very long while they are in 4th position. And they are all happy and seeing this trophy that they won. But good one to them.
For me, one of the interesting games I watched this weekend was between Manchester United and Brighton. That game was an end-to-end football. Like I really loved that game. I believe that was the only match that surprised me this weekend. I was rooting for in the weekend preview I said Brighton was going to win. And you asked me if Manchester United win, was it going to be luck? And I said no, because from their last games we have been seeing it. That connection between Ahmad and Mbeumo, he has become a good threat now and has been working. Against Arsenal, it worked, but it's just that they haven't though it's just beginning of the season now, your first game, so there was no strong connection between them yet. But I feel after that Liverpool game, after that Sunderland game, then the Liverpool game, then this next one, I feel okay. These guys they're going to be a good threat, and it's going to be a great loss for Manchester United by December when these guys go.
So we're finally seeing the player. We're finally seeing the fans cutting his head very soon.
Yeah, definitely. That guy was still
By God's grace.
because I think their next game is Everton. After Everton, yeah, over game is
maybe before mid-November, the guy must have cut off his head.
Inshallah. Inshallah.
All right. Going ahead. Arsenal Crystal Palace. Clean sheet for Arsenal again. Looking at their defense. But although this game you cannot take away anything from Crystal Palace, very solid. If you listen to what I said, this is a game where both defensively both are good.
Yeah.
You understand? If you listen to my preview last week, what I said about this game, I said this game is a game where you're not gonna expect goals. I think I said 0-0. I predicted 0-0 for this game.
Yeah.
But it's shocking that we saw a 1-0 defeat Crystal Palace. But what's your take? What do you think with the injury now? Do you think Arsenal can still keep up with this defensive shape?
Um, Let me start as an Arsenal fan. A lot of people have been saying, I've been coming online. They say, okay, set piece. You do low block, we score you from set piece. If you come outside, we score you. That's the thing. So we are very good. We are a good side now to reckon with. I feel like the one good thing about us this season is that squad depth. It's been helping us a lot, and I feel it's making me feel this is our year. This is our year. I have that strong feeling. This is our year, and it's just remaining to that. I feel from January that's when we begin to say, okay, this is where we need to start playing more. Like we we don't depend. I don't feel like we depend on set pieces. I just feel we are just too good at it. We are just too good at it. That's it for me. So I feel you talked about the injuries. I feel the injuries are not that serious because he pulled out. I think was this that Saliba? Yes, Saliba came out, but that was after halftime, right? Then
Right.
Bukayo Saka, then the Clarice. I just felt that they just came back from the Champions League game, so they're humans. They have to like rest. So I felt the coach just wanted to big them out to avoid some certain bad news we don't want. So I feel it's nothing serious for me.
Right. In the other hand, I want to talk about this Arsenal game. I think this Arsenal game shows the hunger for what's ahead. Secondly, aside that, I think if I remember what Ferguson said, attack we win games, but defense we win the league. And now looking at that statement into Arsenal, I think the defense are the reason why Arsenal have gone this far.
Yeah.
Because for the fact that they don't concede, like they barely concede. Like if you look at, I think you guys have conceded 10 goals in how many matches so far in all competitions.
Okay.
And when you look at all these things, I think this is the reason why I think Arsenal now the strongest contender for the league. Because when you see what the defense are putting in out there, leave the attack, leave the set piece goals, and leave everything, but take nothing away from the defense. Because for the ability not to concede, and then you just clinch in one goal win, it's just all about that defense. I feel. I think the praises are not going towards that defense, and I think this is the part where a lot of people need to look at for Arsenal because Arsenal, a lot of people are just looking at set piece, set piece. For me, for Arsenal alone, it's not just set piece; it's the defensive shape for me. The way they don't concede for me, and secondly, when you look at the threats going to their post,
Yeah.
they don't really absorb threats. They don't allow the threats come to their defensive line that much.
Yeah.
It's not like as if the defense are really no doubt. Saliba, Gabriel, they are doing perfectly well. But when you look at how many touches an opponent gets to touch in the box of Arsenal, you see that it's of a minimum. So I think one thing we should look out for in Arsenal game these days is their defense. And if any slight issue comes in that defense, I think that will be a real problem for Arsenal. Or what do you think?
You have said it all. Bro. Like as Alex Ferguson said, he said attack wins you, like goal scorers wins you games and defense wins you trophies. But I still have the question to ask, what if Arsenal still end up both winning this title? Like now everybody has seen them as the favourites to win the title, no doubt. But what if they still bottle this title this time? Because there's what happened again. I saw online. The season that Chelsea, Liverpool, and Man City lost on the weekend, that was the season Leicester won the league. What if this season now is a season for underdogs? Maybe Bournemouth. Nobody knows. You understand? So as Arsenal fan, what if you guys bought to the league? What would be the first excuse you give? Will you say it's Ateta or the players or what? Or will you say it's injuries again?
Like you just say, what if you just
Yeah,
say-
because this same what if we did it
so-
3 seasons ago and it still
Yes.
happened. We did it last season and it still happened.
It's not about what if. What if we win the league?
No, let's
What
just
if
come
all
from the
those, you
negative side
understand?
first. Let's now you guys are already on top of the table playing the football. Like now they said Arsenal one of the teams that played the most boring football and still tops the table.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that game yesterday was very very boring.
No, and like what I just said shortly, when you look at games like this
Yeah.
and you look at how Arsenal come out in results like this, it shows you that there are things Arsenal just know the way of winning other games, like going at games.
Yeah.
Look, when you look at Atletico Madrid, you don't expect goals in that match, but Arsenal find their way in that match to even win 4-0. A clean sheet against Atletico Madrid in the likes of the attacks Atletico Madrid possess.
Yeah.
And then you look at Crystal Palace with the form they are on, with Mateta there,
Sa.
with Zaha there, with the former Arsenal attacker Eketa. So when you look at what Gessner is doing there, you just know that this is actually a tough side to play with.
Yeah.
So looking at how Arsenal handled it defensively, I think bottling the league will not really go well on the Arsenal fans, because looking at the defense, my own problem now is that defense. The defense now are really in good shape.
Yeah.
So what they just need going attacking minded, what they just need going forward is just one chance, and you see those chances coming from set piece or a tapping. Just set piece, or taking your chances and making use of your chances.
I feel
That's why the pressure is kind of taking off from the likes of their new signing, their Gyökeres. Victor Gyökeres, if you look at Arsenal currently, Bukayo Saka has really been on poor form in terms of goal contribution.
Yeah.
Do you understand me? But nobody's talking about all that, because why? They are getting the results.
Yeah.
So it's not just for Bukayo Saka. We're looking at just Bukayo Saka, Gyökeres, Trossard, Eze, Madueke. When you look at all these names, you see that for them, the figures doesn't speak for them. But Arsenal have the way of not conceding, and maybe one way or the other, set piece gives them a little breathing space. So I think Arsenal might not bottle the league the way we are seeing this season.
I felt after that Liverpool game we won 1-0, I felt the team as a whole, I think they really went back to watch that match, and from that match you can see that when we have our chance we take it, and that's all. When you have your chances, that you have the defense. Once you take your chances, you have the defense to cover up for you, and that's it. That's why I said Chelsea still lacks that defense and that experience.
So I want to still ask a question. Like now, I've really observed like Saliba going for injury now. I feel that it doesn't really worry Arsenal because Gabriel is there. I'm Mosquera.
Yeah.
But now, do you feel that for me now, I feel that the heart of that defense now is Gabriel, not even Saliba. Because everybody praises Saliba, but they forget about Gabriel. Like the work Gabriel does, even when they need to go. Like against Atletico Madrid, he was the one that brought out Atletico Madrid with that his header, and he still assisted again. You understand? And I think against Crystal Palace, he was still the one that assisted
Saliba.
Saliba. Back on Friday, I think they had only one training section, if I'm not mistaken, and they still won Manchester City. Like that's why I say that this season, like the unexpected is happening. So good one for Aston Villa. Like Unai Emery, although he started the season poor, as you said, you understand. So he has this way of like shocking every big team. He's one of the coaches that can really spoil winning streaks against big teams. So good one for them. Man. Also Man still lost. Everybody still collects. Maybe Arsenal no collects. But good one for them.
So moving on, do you want to say something over that game for me?
I wasn't really expecting that score because I thought it was going to be. I was expecting goals, a lot of goals from that match, and based on Aston Villa coming from the loss,
I felt their morale was very down. The Man City would have the high morale, but it seems Matikash spoiled their day and he left us with no cash. So nothing much on that game. I don't feel it was really just football. Football happened.
Alright. Coming into the Liverpool game now against Brentford, I know that is what you are really waiting for. You want to talk out your guys right
Oh,
now.
God.
Like another shocker of the weekend, like all of us felt that based on the win against Frankfurt, like they would have bounced back. Even with the formation save, it was not a bad one. The lineup the man started was not a bad one, but it ended up.
You know what? Judging from the, I must be sincere with you guys.
Okay.
The moment it was an hour to kick off and I saw the lineup came out, I was feeling as in I was angry
Why?
because it's more or less we spoke about something. You did something during the Frankfurt game, it worked out for you.
Yeah.
Then why change it? Like I said before in my videos, one major issue Liverpool are having is the left back. You understand? Now, regardless where the goals came from in regarding to Liverpool, yeah, the goal came from Salah and Kekes. But regardless, Slot, I feel it's more or less the fault of Slot. To me, in fact, forget this video, he's an idiot. You know, see,
I say slow the juice.
Slot to me is an idiot because why? You are bringing pressure upon yourself. It's just foolish of him to not see things now. This is something Jordan Klopp will not do. Let me take you back to during Jordan Klopp time when we had Moreno. Moreno had a very poor game, and I just can't remember the match. Moreno had a very poor game. It's sad. In fact, anybody that watched that game knew that Moreno was the reason we lost that match. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
But just give Klopp the next match. See, everybody was just talking Moreno. It felt like Klopp just went on press conference and was like, we made mistakes, we need this, we need this. He just acted like it was not for Moreno.
Yeah.
But the next match, in fact, that was when Moreno knew that his time for Liverpool was over. He never saw the light again in Liverpool. That's just how it's been done. I'm not saying totally take off Kekes, but Kekes going forward. Okay, now in a team where Liverpool normally we are known for this connective play with the likes of our fullbacks. We've always depended on our fullbacks to create chances for the attackers.
Yeah.
In the likes of Robertson and Arnold. Now we've lost Arnold. Do you understand me? We've lost Arnold. Robertson is the only person in that team that has that idea in terms of creating as a fullback. Now, it's not working for Bradley. It's not working for Kekes. Then why now still start the same boring fullbacks? There is no creativity in terms of Kekes. Kekes did that with Bournemouth. I saw it worked for them. But probably the pace of Semenyo and Gapo is different. Probably it's not working between that. You cannot see the connection between Gapo and Kekes is not just working out. But what thing that baffles me is Slot blind. As in, can't he see it? It like this same thing. You did something against Frankfurt, it worked out for you. Then why change the system? Why? I expected that game, like I knew that game was going to be tough. Going head to head with our former skipper. Going to head like about 3 or 4 players in that team were like former Liverpool players. You understand me? So, but I expected Slot to like go strong at the game. But the starting, like what you said, sincerely speaking, the starting lineup was a poor starting lineup for me. A very, very poor starting lineup. And one thing that summarized that starting lineup was Keke's for me. Forget about him bringing the goals, but the fact that this guy, when you look at our defense, when our defensive line in fullbacks, when they cannot create, if the fullbacks cannot create, you're leaving more or less, an option for them, for our opponent to attack us more. Do you understand me? When there is no room for that defense to attack, the opponent attacks us more, and then we saw that in the lines of the second goal for
Kelvin.
yes. See, one thing that created that goal was that our midfield had to do the work now that we know our fullbacks normally do.
Yeah.
Which now, when they are trying to do it, it leaves them exposed, and then it creates a chance for our, because we play highline football.
Yeah.
So it creates a chance because our midfield now are now loosed, because we are now trying to create chance from that midfield. Now, if our fullbacks are loosed and they cannot create, they are not providing danger going forward, then they give room for our opponents to attack and press. I think that's one thing Slot misjudged going ahead this season, and it's just so bad. It's so bad.
Okay. Can I ask you this? Like, you feel that the formation is also hindering Kekes? Like, is there a time in the world that you can just allow Kekes play that his football he play in ball, like him going forward also is really poor. Like, he does not attack. Like, the goal is scored. Like, that was when he was in the box. Because me, I know that Kekes has that goal scoring ability too. And he also has that crosses, but since he came to Liverpool, he has not been doing any of it. So, do you feel that the formation is also hindering most of the players from really playing their football?
No, I feel like what I just said. Like I feel the thing is just it's interwoven. We are like, normally, like I said last season, if you check Liverpool's game, when our fullbacks are in press, our midfield are sitting. The likes of Gravenberch or McAllister, they are both dropping deep in midfield, which they are allowing just one of the midfielders to go all in. Do you understand? So you're more or less seeing Robertson pushing the attack, Arnold pushing attack. Now the opponents with the fear, they know, okay, this Liverpool's fullback can produce. It makes them sit deep.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Trying to intercept any through pass. So it makes them react late, attacking wise.
Yeah.
But now, Kekes, Bradley, both of them do not do what Robinson and Arnold are doing. So now it's more or less when they go, they are more or less useless there. Do you understand? They are more or less useless there, which enables other people, that is the opponent, press. And now, mind you, now they are attacking, but they are useless. Do you understand me? When you cannot make any use of the ball there. Now, when they attack us, do you understand?
Yeah.
You see Kekes trying to make some foolish tackles. And that's why you saw him on a yellow card. It's the yellow card that made even Slot thought of, okay, bro, get off. Because if not for that yellow card, bro, that guy would have stayed for full 90 minutes, which was so not correct for that.
But do you feel also bringing in Robertson was convincing? Like, the Roberts really have that game, as in that you say, he came in as a sub and he still did 1 or 2 things. Do you feel that bringing him was still convincing?
Now the thing is, I think the problem now is under Slot to is more or less Slot's problem now to know how he works things out. I think he's just making complaints of the wrong ideas, the wrong issues. Saying a lot of things, I'm learning how to play us on long balls and thereabout. That is bullshit.
I really want to say something about that because a coach coming to the press before the game and started saying that, yeah, we are not good on set piece before the game. Like, has he not really spoiled the mentality of the player? Like, he has really exposed one of his weaknesses. And which Kayode used it as an opportunity because if you like say Towe full that stadium like mad. Like anyway, any angle if you say just go, one throw ball, Towe did it.
And I feel teams are now using that
long
throws a lot because even in the Arsenal game, I saw when Crystal Palace players were using Towe to play.
Even Arsenal also does it.
Yes, I feel it's a normal thing now. It's happening in Premier League now. He said a lot. And let me just chip in some things. It just boils down to the mistake Liverpool made, allowing Arnold to go instead of Salah.
He wanted to leave now.
It was not about before he wanted to leave. I'm sure they could have had some lot of discussions.
It would have been about, can you be our highest paid player?
Yes, and
it would have been
become a Liverpool legend. He's a Scouser. He can become a Liverpool player. A Liverpool legend. I mean,
forget about whether he wanted to go to Madrid. If Liverpool were ready to offer him 350, which Jota before may so rest in peace, Jota said it in one of his interviews that give him the money he's looking for. Like if we had made him 350, at least third to Van Dijk, I mean, that guy would have stayed. But we're not talking about him now because he's not more in the team. But looking at us defensively, I think a lot of things have changed. A lot of people used to say Arnold is not defensive. Arnold left that team. Before he left, we were good defensively.
Yeah.
But he's not good defensively.
Yes.
Do you understand me?
Yeah.
So now it just narrows down to what I said. A lot of teams, when they play Liverpool, with the way we play, with the way we use our fullbacks, it enables our midfield cover. That's why sometimes, if you watch our games last season, you see interceptions made from Gravenberch.
Yeah.
You see interception made by McAllister because it allows free room. You see, sometimes you ask yourself, is this Szoboszlai that is playing right back? Because he allows Arnold makes that run and then falls deep.
Yeah, because no Arnold can.
You understand? You see Robertson bring that forward run and Gravenberch dropping deep. So whichever angle is on the attack, one is sitting on covering that angle.
Yeah.
But now when the two now and 2 or 3 are not creative, it makes the midfield push forward. And the midfield pushing forward now to create chance, the fullbacks are now useless. Do you understand? Leaving the whole workload for Van Dijk and Konate. It's not that both of them are now useless. No, it's that the workforce, the workload are now heavy on both sides.
Yeah, we're making them look like the problem.
Yes, because if you watch to that second goal, what happened? Florian Wirtz, Jones, and it was just the ball was passed between Florian Wirtz, Jones, and Szoboszlai. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now look at the position where 3 of them were. Do you understand? Now look at the position where Kekes was and where Bradley was. They were far deep. Do you understand? Far wide deep. Now they were offensive while we were looking for goal. Now we're trying to create chance from that same midfield, which we lost the pass and then created that chance for that second goal. Do you understand me?
Konate, like he was chasing the guy. He gave up.
So
When they got to the 18
I think
yard,
that's now the problem. So if you know that Kekes is poor delivering the ball, start Robertson. Someone you know has this mentality and the experience in the team.
Very, very important experience.
Which that is what I have been
Experience.
lamenting on in terms of slot tactical team formation. Like it just like that. Like I said, he's just a stupid man. I'm sorry to say, he's just mad. Because when I saw that lineup, I was so angry. I was so pissed. I made a video before then that Slot, please make sure you drop Kekes on the bench. Like every goddamn Liverpool fan that is a real fan that understands football should know that Keke shouldn't be starting for us.
Okay. Like now, Juve sacked their coach today. Do you feel that it's time to really let Slot go?
I think one thing about a lot of people, when I go on social media and see people sack Slot, I think one thing people forget to understand with Liverpool owners is that Liverpool owners are patient actually.
Yeah.
They are not like other owners. Like they well patient, and I love their ability of being patient. Do you understand me? So like although this is like after Bernard Rodgers, Slot is becoming the second coach to have coached a team and lost like 4 straight matches.
In EPL.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Jordan Klopp.
Jordan Klopp has never done that.
Yeah.
Rather, we've seen Jordan Klopp had consecutive draws, but not loss.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But now, talking about sacking Slot, I don't think it's something the club in context will be looking towards. But I think one thing they'll be looking towards now is they'll be having meetings with him. What is actually the issue? And I think when you look at what Van Dijk has been doing in the team, it shows more or less, okay, this is something we need to talk to the players. Because he said he had a meeting with the players that there are a lot of lapses, a lot of things that are happening. Do you understand? And besides that, when you look at the squad generally, a lot of players left. You understand me? But one thing I'm having issue now with Slot is his ability to understand what the team needs to win.
Let me just chip in some few things. I feel in the areas of getting Isak and Ekitike, Slot did good, like perfect signing, they are good signing. But you see that replacement of Timikas, bringing in Kekes. I feel bringing in Kekes. He brought in Kekes for Timikas, then he brought in Frimpong for Arnold. They are not the same players. I know Kekes did good in Bournemouth, but they don't play the same system with Liverpool doesn't play the same system with Bournemouth. That's the thing. So I felt him bringing in Kekes, he should have allowed Robertson to start, then allow Kekes to, like, one thing that I don't like about coaches is trying to force a player into a system. Allow the player to go into the system. Like, let him come from the bench 1, 2, 3 games. Before you know, you start understanding how the team plays. Because last season there was a time Robertson said it recently. He said him and Arnold used to give themselves competitions on. They used to compete within themselves on who will give the highest assists. That is the mentality those guys have. So I feel him bringing in Kekes now, and because of I was the one that bought Kekes. I mean, throw Robertson that played for you last season to the bench, and it was a bad idea. And now he's paying for that. He's paying for it.
We're going into the big match of the weekend, of the week, the Clásico. Like, they say the first call police every police case. They say by church or should actually workings, you understand?
First call police.
Like, I'm not first call police. Like, if first rant now, if first talk with Tipasa, if father comes, still support them. You understand? Father tells say I'm in the kitchen cooking and very soon my son will be on the field cooking Maria and the rest of them. But later on, it didn't really work out the way they said it. So, what do you guys have for the game?
Yeah, one thing I observed and I've always spoke about in terms of Barcelona's game is, I think this Barcelona team are a team where they are very vulnerable. Do you understand? And one thing that makes them vulnerable is the way they play that highline football. When they play against a team that has pace, they will look useless, regardless the attack they have. So now it's played in the likes of what we watched yesterday. The way they play highline, they are not being taught on how to set offside traps. That's
Yeah.
one thing that baffles me about the highlight, because Liverpool play highlight football, but it's hard before you catch Liverpool on the counter.
Yeah.
Do you understand me? So, but looking at the way they play highline football, and yet they are very poor at setting traps for offside. It's so poor for me. Do you understand me? It's so poor, and a very interesting game. I love what the game had turned out. In fact, last season I felt like a Clásico was not the Clásico we used to see. But I think this as a Clásico just showed that okay, it's getting bouncing back to what we used to know for a Clásico. But last season a Clásico was more or less like a normal match, because it was so easy. It was like a normal game. In fact, it was not interesting. No fight, nothing. But yesterday, a Clásico game, what a match! I feel it was an interesting match. You just can't take your eyes off that match, because any moment you take your eyes off that match, you might just lose it. You understand? It was very interesting, loving match to watch. But I think this score has not been settled yet. I think it will be settled next at happening.
Thanks to Yamal. I feel what he did before the match really, like, he brought out the hype for a Clásico. Like you said, last season we didn't have this much drama.
Yes.
We didn't have this much drama. I can't even remember myself going out to go and watch a Clásico. I didn't even watch one a Clásico. I felt it was just a normal match. But thanks to Yamal, because we need stuff like this. Wait now, we need stuff like this, things that provoke players. Like after even halftime, you could see like even the chant, even the horse and the new Real Madrid fans was like hailing the fans, like it views center joke.
Yeah.
Views center
You know,
joke.
it just reminds us about the Murillo and Pep Guardiola period of
That's what we need.
Clásico. You know, when you see the likes of Ramos having issues with the likes of Pio and Busquets and all those things. No, it was an interesting game for me, because when you see the fight, the hungry, you know, in fact, even at that last minute, it felt like Barca could get something out of the game.
Yeah.
So it was a very interesting game for me. A very interesting game, a very nice game from the likes of Madrid and the likes of Barcelona. But for me this season, Barcelona are a team to watch out for, because in fact, if not, they could be a very strong contender for the Champions League as well.
In that match, there was one player I really missed in that match. I wanted to see him in that match. That was Rafinha, because Barca were just crying for him. The attack, the midfield were doing the work, but the attack was not bringing out that what they want. So I felt in the you talked about the highlight. I felt the highlight really helped them a lot. Let's forget about the goals that Mbappe scored and the other goal. It helped them a lot. It could have been worse. Like Real Madrid could have gotten a lot of goals if not for that highlight. But Barca needed Rafinha. They really missed them in that match. I know Yamal talked. If you say Yamal scored, and nobody will talk say he talks. You know, that's one thing about some things just happen for a reason.
But
Those are the things we need before matches like this.
But trust me on this. If Arnold was in that match,
yeah,
defensively, it's not good.
it's all good.
But if Arnold was in that match, trust me on this, that match would have seen 5 to 6 goals in that match.
Yeah.
Because the fact that they play highline football, trust me, Arnold is one of the. In fact, he has this ability of long passes,
Yeah.
and if he creates 2 or 3 of those passes to Vinicius and Mbappe, trust me, that game would have seen like a very terrible scoreline in that match.
I will, before we even started the show, we were talking about Cavaglia going to injury, and I was saying to myself, I was telling him that I felt he could have brought Arnold than Cavaglia. Maybe he just brought Cavaglia because of the whole Clásico, because he's a Real Madrid player and a Real Madrid legend. So I feel that's why he just brought him on. I felt he could have brought in Arnold. So Cavaglia just went back to injury, just like that.
So what do you think about this match? Do you think okay, it's an easy game for Madrid, or you think okay?
So before the match, I already rooted for Madrid. I'm not a Madrid fan, you understand? but I already rooted for them that they are going to win the game because I didn't really see anything special from the Barca team that really hurt them. Because I observed something yesterday, which if anybody that really watched that game well will observe. Like I felt Xabi Alonso gave Camavinga a simple job to do. Don't allow Pedri do that thing he normally does. Like yesterday, Pedri had one of his worst games of this season. He even got to an extent he was even begging Vinicius for his shirts. No, to be sincere, like, okay, coming into the Yamal case, he was saying that Yamal brought out the hype of the Clásico. He didn't bring out any hype of the Clásico. Instead, he brought pressure on himself because what I just felt that, for instance, Yamal didn't talk. Understand? He went in to play his game. Like the Clásico will still be the Clásico. Everybody will still go to watch it no matter what.
It's a lie. I seen a lie, bro. Last season. Which one did you watch?
I watched
from
everything.
Your phone, right? From your phone.
I didn't watch from my phone. I went to I was in Castina. I watched all the Clásico and people were much there. I was in Castina. I watched everything.
Was a Clásico was
yes.
talked about before the match happened? Was it talked about like this? Was it talked about like this?
The 4-3 defeat.
Anybody you meet that is talking about a Clásico is talking about Yamal. What Yamal said. What Yamal said.
Yes, because he brought out himself.
It's not about bringing out himself.
Funny enough.
Ronaldo has done this. Ronaldo has done this.
Ronaldo did it twice.
He did it twice.
Listen to me.
And Barca beat them.
Which Barca beat them?
If you go back,
against
Ronaldo, Barcelona scored.
Bring out your proof.
8-0. Barcelona flogged Valencia 8-0.
Bring out the proof. Not just talking.
Wait,
bring out the
talking now.
But me, I can bring out Ronaldo against Atletico Madrid. He said it that in this game, I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do.
I'm not talking about Barcelona.
Against Wolfsburg, when they lost 2-0 away in German league. He came after the game. He said that in this game, the second leg, I'm going to score an hat-trick, and that second leg, he scored an hat-trick.
Are we talking about
last season, Ronaldo never ever ranted anything.
Oh my God! Should I bring it?
Yes, bring the proof. Yes,
something I saw this afternoon.
Okay, bring the proof.
Barca played Valencia.
Bring the proof. Come. Don't buy church. Bring proof. Come.
Let me tell you something.
See,
Barca played Valencia 8-0. They flogged Valencia 8-0. So before that Clásico match, Ronaldo came out. They asked Ronaldo, "What do you think?" Barcelona flogged Valencia 8-0. What do you think after the match? Ronaldo said they will not even score quarter of what they scored.
That one is okay. Listen to what he said.
What he said. Somebody
listen to what he said. This is just simple English mentality. Someone said, "Okay, you want 8-0, just like." Barca only that on 6-1 now.
Do you know the
Vinicius come in and said that okay, that's
talking about what really happened in this game. You talked about Pedri. That red card, do you think is a red card too?
Yeah, the ref already see. Pedri would have gotten that red card since.
Even talking about that particular.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a red card.
It's
supposed to be that is the second yellow card and red card.
Yeah, that was the second yellow card.
Because
the first yellow card was the one he pulled.
It's just like what happened in Chelsea last game against Nottingham Forest, where that Morata had the yellow card and Morata was continuing doing that fouls, and the ref didn't like bother giving him yellow card because he don't want to spoil the game. That was what happened yesterday. Because aside that first yellow card he had when he was trying to pull Vinicius shirt, he still made some tackles that would have ended him second yellow card, but the ref still had to just continue the game. And that last minute Tony was just like, "Oh, you don't do, just collect and match already finish, nothing fit happen again." You understand? That was what just happened. You understand? So, and yesterday again, after everything that Yamal said, he was not able to make one successful dribble, one shot pass sef. He shot pass na 0. Normal the only through ball that he made was the one he gave to Kunde. That Kunde didn't manage to chest it well. You understand? Like, as in his game yesterday was very very poor. Carreras, like say Carreras alone did 15 ball recoveries from Yamal's hand. Like, mind blowing guy. Like, no be Yamal who no be this. Like me, I just feel that
but
he just put the pressure on himself.
Talking about Lamine Yamal action after the match with Carvajal, both team and two of them are from the same country, mind you.
Yeah.
Both of them are going for the World Cup together.
Yeah,
so why tackle? Why those Or do you think it's just the Clásico spirit or something?
Like before, when Yamal came out on Friday to see what he said, Kavaha, like 2 hours later, Kavaha came to the media and said that after the game, I will talk to Lami that it is a disrespect to Madrid. You understand? So after the game, like I felt that it was something that is going to go into the dressing room, like not me now and go and talk to you, but I didn't know that that was the way he wanted it. That after the final whistle, just like Yamal was in distance away from him and he just did something like this. You understand? That he talks too much and just like that, Yamal wanted to walk up to him. I don't know whether na fight or go fight am before the
But
coaching staff.
it's just crazy, you know, because this is your captain.
Yeah, he's captain in the
Your
national
captain,
team.
your national
Funny
team,
enough.
and you're confronting your captain because of club duty, and the World Cup is just by the corner. So I don't know, but I guess they are going to settle this.
Yeah,
just
I feel
before.
they-
Because like even unfollowed him from IG today.
No, I think it's something that they will resolve
Yeah,
before
it's going to be easy
World
for them
Cup.
to
Because we've seen this in Messi,
PK,
Suarez, and Messi and Ramos, and then they finally became close at PSG. And besides being a teammate, they became friends actually on PSG. You know, and after that being said, talking about the EFL.
We just be
Yeah.
rushing it, just like
We have, what's your predictions? We have Arsenal, Brighton, we have Liverpool,
Crystal
Crystal
Palace.
Palace again. So I think we should just talk about these two games. Or Chelsea, Wolves. I think it's going to be an easy win for Chelsea. Easy win for Chelsea. Coming with a defeat against Sunderland, and it's a match where you see young boys coming out to perform.
Yeah.
And I think Chelsea's squad now, the young boys are really in good shape, and I think it's going to be an easy win for Chelsea. And Arsenal, Brighton, a very tough game.
Yeah, very good game. It depends on how we're going to start the game. So I feel the way we start the game, it depends on it's going to tell us if we are going to win the match or not. So I feel, let me just give my scoreline prediction. I don't want to really talk much. Let me just say 3-1 win for Arsenal.
3-1 win for Arsenal, but mind you, this game is not the Premier League.
Yeah.
But do you think it's a game where Arteta will be looking forward to? I need this trophy to prove a point in the league, knowing that he has gone trophyless for about 3 seasons now. And what do you think? Do you think this is an opportunity for him to keep on using one or two important players to at least clinch away?
That's why I say the squad depth is an important. Like I feel we winning the league is based, and we winning other titles is based on this squad depth. It's going to really help us a lot. Like you can see Kape, the defender who was from Bayern Leverkusen, he came back in our game yesterday and it was really solid. It was good. So I feel he's going to start. Mosquera too is going to start. Other players, and looking at Brighton that done that team that sits backs. They want to come out and fight. They won't wait for you. They will come out and fight. That's why Manchester United used that tactics that they used to believe them. Their opportunity, they took their chances, and they were very fast in distributing the ball. So I feel again in this type of matches, Arteta will, I don't know, add some important players like Saka, Declan Rice to start.
So
Then
judging from your scoreline, is it because of David Raya will not be on goal post? You feel okay? This is the time where we concede.
Kepa is not a bad goalkeeper. He's not a bad goalkeeper. I feel Raya should be given a rest. We have a Premier League match against Burnley too. So Burnley too are also the top side. So I feel the players should be given some rest. Then maybe Burnley are the top side.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
they
go
came
play
from-
them
they
now.
came- they
Go
came
play
from
them
the-
now. Don't be say that's why you talk say something no be top side. Go play them now. Now when you play them, now you go know. You know all these boys. They don't want to take. They just want that 3 points. They just want to spoil your day. So I feel some players will be given some rest. Then maybe when the match is starting to get difficult, then add them, and that's all.
Yeah. So now to the last game, Liverpool Crystal Palace. the team that has been on Liverpool neck since last season. What's your take on this match at Anfield?
Another intense game for Liverpool. Like it won't be a surprise if Liverpool lose again. Like it won't be a surprise.
But mind you, coming to this game, both teams are in Europe,
Yeah.
so it's not like they are resting.
Mm.
So both
Yeah,
teams
yeah,
are in
yeah.
Europe, and both teams played parts in the Premier League and in Europe across all competitions. So coming to this match, they will be using young guys. So do you think Liverpool stands a chance when you look at Liverpool's second choice team?
Liverpool may use young guys, but I don't think Crystal Palace will use young guys because Crystal Palace leads the game, and I don't even see Liverpool using young guys too. Like I feel this way and the slots will bring his all and all because exiting the cup is too early. You understand? Like I remember that for the past 5 seasons Liverpool has only been going far in this particular competition. You understand? So I feel this will also be an interesting game in this EFL Cup. Like most of the ties have, as in, they are very very interesting to watch. You understand? So this will be an end-to-end game because Crystal Palace will come out in this particular one because they have lost back to back. And I don't see the coach saying, "Oh my boys, we have to win this game. If possible, we won't put down for penalty shootout again." You understand? So, and two, as I said before, it will still be a surprise if Liverpool have that loss again. So, good one for the both of them. But my scoreline prediction, I see 1-1 and penalty shootout.
Like you said, they said it won't be a shock. It won't also be a shock if Crystal Palace beat Liverpool, but I don't see it happening again. Crystal Palace has beaten Liverpool twice, right? This season,
Yes.
they have beaten Liverpool twice, and one was in the Community Shield, and the second one was Premier League. So I feel Liverpool going into this game, or the players, I feel after that game against Brentford, they will really talking to themselves like,
Well, talking about Liverpool's game against, before you conclude,
yeah,
talking about Liverpool's game against Crystal Palace, a lot of injuries, and I think this is it. Do you think this is the time where he needs to use some of these players now to test in for the Premier League games because we have the likes of Curtis Jones has been confirmed injured.
yeah.
Yes, and Gravenberch is out, and you understand. So when you look at our midfield crisis, now when you look at our options in midfield, we have this young Tony, the young under 21, Anyoni, the young boy,
Yeah.
and we have Endo, we have
But I just think it's not in your team.
Besitic is in our team, but he's injured. So that's now the issue. The injury are coming up now for Liverpool, just like what we saw with Arsenal last season. So do you think this is a time where he needs to trust this midfield in terms of Endo in particular?
He has to. He has to because when should I say when you see that the team you're putting your hopes on and the starting lineup you're starting with is not giving you results, you have to change something. You have to like try something else. Like I feel for me, he should try what he did against Frankfurt. That formation he used. I know Isaac is back because that injury was not serious. That going injury he has. Did he play against Brentford?
No.
He didn't play. I
He
think
will be out for the match
he's
also.
without for the match. But if he's back, I think he should try that formation he did against Frankfurt. And if it gives him a result, you have his starting lineup.
Alright. That will be all. Sorry guys, if you're not following our page, please hit the follow button, like our videos so that for more of this
Give
content.
us your scoreline
One day we'll be
prediction.
doing giveaway on our page. Hope you are following us so that you can stand a chance of partaking on this giveaway. Love you guys. Bye.
Thank you very much.